Welcome to DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network. My name is Chris Murphy here with the Variety Pack Racing Craftsman Truck Series coming to you from Michigan International Speedway. Got qualifying underway right now. We're going to see if we can bring some drivers up. Looks like we got Matt Lee out here on the racetrack. He is going to come across the line in qualifying. We've got about 6 minutes left to go, but best time across right now is a 39.79 for Matt Lee. He is our pole sitter right now. At the moment, we'll bring up our best times here for you. 39.79. Right behind him is going to be Steve Sizemore at a 39. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Josh McCullough is going to take that second spot away from Sizemore, the 39.873. Variety Pack Racing, this is the second week we've got going. Last week we ran ARCA at Talladega. It looks like we got a good number of drivers here tonight. Looks like we're sitting on about 17 or 18 right now. They're still kind of trickling in here with about 5.5 minutes left to go in qualifying. So kind of mixed schedule here for the Variety Pack Racing. Kind of a super speedway type of deal. We got trucks at Michigan. We're off next week. Taking next week off for the MRL 500. If you're a fan of the super speedway racing, take a look at the Misfits Racing League 500 coming up next Thursday night. We will not be here with the Variety Pack Racing Series. And then we're going to come back on the 12th for the Xfinity racing at iRacing Super Speedway. We haven't broadcasted a race for iRacing Super Speedway yet, but should be exciting. Come back on the 19th with Next Gen Cars at Atlanta, then February 26th, Gen 6 at Daytona. So kind of a mix-up here with Variety Pack Racing. Got a couple other races coming your way. We'll bring up our schedule for DRSN. Later on tonight, after we're done with the Variety Pack race, we're going to come back at 11 p.m. Eastern. Yes, 11 p.m. Eastern. We got a bunch of West Coast guys, so including myself. So we're going to be running Western Racing League. This is our third race of the season. We covered their second race last week, but Gen 4 Cup cars at Bristol. We'll come back next Wednesday night, back with some dirt racing, 360 Sprint Series. Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Sprints at Oswego next week. Then February 5th, we're back with the Western Racing League for Gen. Even though we're off for Variety Pack, we're going to be here for another Western Racing League. And then back on February 10th, Western Racing League kicks off their season for Craftsman Trucks at Daytona. That should be a good one. We'll get back and take a look at that schedule here a little bit more. Get back to qualifying right now. It looks like we've got Kenneth McCullough out there on the racetrack in the 03. Let's see what he can put down lap. Going to get a warm-up lap. And you can see how they're using that apron down through the tri-oval. See, most of the drivers do that on their qualifying laps. And when it is allowed, that does pick you up about a half a tenth of a second. So we'll watch 03 McCullough as he came across the stripe there with a 39.84, puts him third on the chart right now. So it is John Ellis, actually, as we were looking at our schedule, Ellis took the pole away from Matt Lee. So Ellis with a 39.74, Lee drops down to a 39.791, and McCullough is going to move up into that third spot. We take a look here at Dylan Jones in the number 11. Dylan still looking for, he got some sponsors on this thing. It looks like Dylan's like one of the only guys I ever see racing that doesn't have a really good doesn't have a fancy, I'm not going to say good, a fancy custom livery, but it looks like he's got some sponsors on the truck this week. We see Premier Setups on there, so Jones going to come across right now, sitting in 10th. Looks like he's going to come across the stripe here through the trial. We'll get a second lap in to see what he can put up on the board. First lap was a 40.03. And I don't see an improvement on his time popping up on yet, so we'll see if he's got one more lap left in him. Right there in front of him is the 59 at Casey Sprinkle. So Casey out on his out lap right now. We've got 2.5 minutes left to go. Looks like we got 15 drivers signed in, so a few more than we had last week. So it's going to be an exciting night here for the Variety Pack Racing League at Michigan here with the Craftsman Trucks. Jones going to come down across the apron here to see what he can do. Jones going to cross the stripe. He's going to improve a little bit. Let's see what he can do. Move up the charts. He Sprinkle with a 40.08. Still waiting for that time to register for Jones. 40.025 is the best lap I'm seeing for him. Casey Sprinkle is going to come to a stop off of turn number 2. So 40.08 is the best Sprinkle's going to do. That's going to put him in the 12th spot on the board. And it looks like Jones might be done as well. So that, oh no, he's still out there right now. It's coming off of turn number 4. Jones is going to come through the tri-oval. Let's see what he can put down here for a lap time. That might not even count. He might be up just trying to run the practice right now. So I think Yeah, I think Jones 40.03 is going to be the best he does there at 40.025 on your screen. So that is going to be our top 10 for qualifying. A minute and a half left to go. Nobody else on the racetrack. We got a few drivers that didn't make a lap. Shane Corbett, Daniel Eberhardt, and Kobe Nill actually did not make a lap. So they're going to tag the field if they make the show at all. So we've got about a minute left to go. My name is Chris Murphy with DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network. Happy to be here with you. We're going to be here every Thursday night throughout all the way up to about June 3rd with a couple weeks off here and there. The Variety Pack Racing Series. Really happy Brandon invited us on board. Been having a lot of fun with these guys. They're got some qualifying going on over on one of the other networks for the MRL 500. So some of our drivers that may be here for that may be here or over there getting ready to get their heat races ran in. Because they're going to get ready for that race next Thursday night. All right, so qualifying just about coming to an end. About 25 seconds. I seen Ethan Eckert sneak into the lobby. Let's see if they're going to let him tag the field or not. So you can see your pole sitter is going to be John Ellis, Matt Lee, Kenneth McCullough. So we'll bring up the results here in just a moment once they have cleared. Appreciate you being here with us. If you haven't been here before, give us a like, give us a subscribe, do all the fancy things for us, help build the channel up. Ricky Stewart's going to get a lap in down there. Going to come in 13th. So that is going to put an end to qualifying. We've got a couple minutes here to get gridded up. So while they are doing that, we will bring up our qualifying results. And it was John Ellis with a 39.748. Matt Lee right there behind him by about a little bit less than 5/100ths of a second at a 7.91. Kenneth McCullough and Joshua McCullough third and fourth. Steve Sizemore going to come home in the fifth spot. And then it's Joe Herta, Joey Allen, William Haley, Dana Ryan, Dylan Jones going to come home in 10th. Going to start in that 10th spot. Dustin Cohen, Casey Sprinkle, Ricky Stewart, Ethan Eckert, Daniel Eberhardt, Sean Corbett, and Brandon is not racing in this. He is our race controller and our host for the evening. So it's going to be Kobe No. So we should have if everybody makes it onto the grid, we should have 17 cars starting this race. We'll bring up the rolling starting grid here for you in just a minute. It looks like we're getting lined up. We've got a minute left to go to get gridded. And you can see the trucks lining up on the pit lane right now. Ellis right there, that number 21. It shows number 2 on the leaderboard, but it is actually 21 on the truck. We'll keep an eye on Ellis to see what he can do here tonight. A little bit of money on the line. That usually race is supposed to pay, I think, about $75 to the winner. But it's that's kind of set up with about 30-35 cars with only 17 drivers here. We'll see how the payout works out. But these guys do put a little money out here, trying to get a little money. It's a good way if you can finish the money in these races. It's a good way to pay for a habit, because just about everything with iRacing you have to purchase. You got to purchase these vehicles. You got to purchase the tracks. So, but we're gonna get ready for some racing here at Michigan. This Michigan runs like a super speedway with these trucks. A lot of drafting. We'll see you keep the tires underneath them. 60 laps here tonight. 60 laps or an hour. They set the time limit at an hour. So if we get a bunch of cautions, they will throw the checker on this at the 1 hour mark. Looks like just about everybody is on the grid. Pace truck is going to roll away. We will pull up our starting lineup. It's going to be John Ellis on the pole. Outside of him, Matt Lee in the number 04. And you get back to the second row. Starting in third is going to be Kenneth McCullough. And outside of him, Joshua McCullough in the 05. I like that 05 number. That's my number I always run. So good to see Joshua out there. Going back to row number 3 is going to be Steve Sizemore and Joe Herta. Back to row number 4, which I just skipped by in a hurry because I pushed the button too quick. Joey Allen and William Haley are going to go back to row number 5. Dana Ryan and Dylan Jones. Starting in the 11th spot is going to be Dustin Cowan in the Tony Stewart Home Depot sponsored car there, and Casey Sprinkle starting in 12th. Back to 13th now, Ricky Stewart and Ethan Eckert. Daniel Eberhardt is going to start in 15th, and 16th is going to be Shane Corbett, and tail in the field in the 17th starting spot is going to be Kobe Nill. Roll through 3 and 4 here. Going to come to the line 60 laps there at Michigan for the Craftsman trucks. It is John Ellis and Matt Lee, our front row. So we're going to see who can keep the tires on the truck. 60 laps. I didn't see how many. I don't think we have a fast repair in this, so we'll see how that plays out. Pace truck ducks down into pit road. Ellis and Lee now going to bring us to the line. '21 of Ellis going to pick up the throttle. We are green flag here at Michigan for the Variety Pack Racing Series. Ellis with a good jump down on the bottom. Here comes Lee up on the outside. He's got a good push from the 05 of McCullough. McCullough jumps up to the top. We are 3 wide back there for about 7th, 8th, and 9th. Ellis, Lee, and Kenneth McCullough. Kenneth McCullough going to dive down off the bottom of the racetrack. I'm not sure what's going on there, if he's just going to go to the back of this or what, but he gets down out of line. He is going to, looks like Ken's going to jump back to the back of this field and kind of ride it out, let him shake it up in the front. Ellis and Lee now bumper to bumper for first and second. Josh McCullough and Joe Herta. And it is Eckert, William Haley, Kobe Nill, and we are side by side here for 6th and 7th with Haley and Nill right there behind him. Watch that 59-inch sprinkle. Let's expect him to come charging up to the front. But in the meantime, it is Ellis and Lee. Oh, a little contact there from the outside wall with Eckert in the 12 car. Eckert started back in 9th, already up to 5th. Kobe Nill right behind him in the 91. He's up 12 spots now. Only 2 laps into this race. Started back in 18th, now up to 6th. Off turn number 4 here to start lap number 4. It is still Ellis, Lee, McCullough, Joe Herta right there. And there comes Eckert down to the bottom of the number 1. He is going to take that 4th spot away to see if he can get a run on the 05 of McCullough. And look right back there behind him. That is the one of Herta up on the outside, trying to find a little extra line. Oh, Eckert tried to squeeze in there, but there was no room in front of the number 1 there, Herta. Ellis led every single lap so far. Nobody really got up alongside to challenge him. As I say that, Lee takes a look to the bottom, just can't make up any ground down there. But look at 90 of Daniel Eberhardt, also up 9 spots. So we got some big movers in this race. Eberhardt up 9. Eckert down on the bottom one more time. Really love it. What I love here about Michigan, you can just see the multiple lines down here. Guys on the bottom, guys in the middle, up on the top. So it just depends on where you're comfortable at. Almost a little contact there with Eckert and the left rear quarter of McCullough, but Eckert going to have to slide back here a little bit, trying to get up in the side draft. That looks like that's going to help him, and we're 3 wide now for that 3rd spot. Oh, tight squeeze there from Eberhardt in the 90, but he finds a spot right in front of Herta. Still 2 by 2 here for about 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're 3 wide now for about 7th spot back there. But it is still Eberhardt going to make his way to the lead. Oh, contact right there. There goes our pole sitter Ellis up into the outside wall. Heavy contact. He got a little push from behind. And unfortunate for John Ellis. Had a really good truck here tonight, running good. Sat on the pole, led most of this race. But unfortunately, that is going to bring out our first caution. Eberhardt just got to the lead. I think somebody just got into the back of Ellis. We'll go back here and take a look here. See if we can see what happened to Ellis. So he looks like he's got the 04 of Matt Lee right there behind him. We see Eberhardt dive down to the bottom with a great run. He's going to get down to the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see if he can jump into the cockpit here with Lee and see what happened. You can see Lee right here behind Ellis. I'm not quite sure what happened right there, to be honest. It looked like a little I'll have to take a little bit different angle of that, but you can see some other trucks involved in this. Ellis way back there in the back of the incident here. We'll jump back here one more time. See if we can take a little bit different angle on this and see what happened. So we can see Ellis there with the lead. Eberhardt going down to the bottom of the racetrack. Matt Lee in the 04 right behind him. Just from that angle, just caught the back of the truck a little bit off square. It looks like Lee might have just caught like the right corner of Ellis and sent him around. So we are under caution for our first time here tonight. Looks like Kobe Nill may have been involved as well. So first caution tonight here at Variety Pack Racing. DRSN bringing you coverage here of the Craftsman trucks at Michigan. Our first caution is going to be our pole sitter, John Ellis. And I believe looks like he's going to be out of the race. I think he may have left the server. So we got a few drivers going to pit here. It looks like just about everybody pitted except for Ethan Eckert and Ricky Stewart. We are on lap number 6 here, 54 to go. We also have an hour time limit, so it's 60 laps or 1 hour. If we get a whole bunch of cautions here, this race might get called a little bit short. Well, it looks like Everhart came in 6 seconds stop, just under 6 seconds, so probably fuel only. It looks like maybe Herta might have taken 2 tires. We've got a little bit of graphic here that might show us here. Let's see if I can find it here. So it's showing maybe Herta took 4 tires. We'll have to check that out on our graphic. So Ethan Eckert and Stewart, no stop there at all. Eberhard, Lee, McCullough, Sprinkle, all look like they might have taken fuel only. And if one car of Herta going to pull down off the racetrack right there. Not sure what's going on with Joe. Maybe he had to stop and get a drink of water. I don't know, but he pulls down off there. He's back going. So we've started with 17. It looks like we're down to 16 with Ellis out of this race now. So it's going to be Eckert at the point. Eckert started back in 14th, up 13 spots. He's our big mover of the race right now. All right, we're going to come across the line. Looks like the lights are out on the pace truck here. Yeah, we're going to go green next time by. So one more lap here under caution. Eckert, Stewart, Eberhart, McCullough, Casey, Sprinkle, your top 5 right now. Marathon Mover, sponsor of the Variety Pack Racing Series. We will move you. Reach out. You're going to do some movement pretty soon. Reach out to Marathon. They'll help you out. All right, once again, my name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network. Happy to be here with you. Thank you so much for jumping on the stream. We have the Variety Pack races going on right now, and then we'll come back in about 2.5 hours, 2 hours 45 minutes at 11 Eastern for the Western Racing League. Next, they're going to run Gen 4, I think, Cup cars at Bristol. It'll be an exciting one. Come back for that one. All right, we're going to head into turn number 3 here. It is going to be Eckert and Stewart bringing us to the line for our first restart of the race. All right, roll off turn number 4. Pace truck's going to dive down to pit road here. It is going to be Eckert setting the pace to the line in the number 12. The 9 of looks like Stewart's going to kind of drop back here. A horrible start for that outside line. It's going to be Eckert, Eberhart, Sprinkle. Trying to see if we have some action going on back here. Looks like we're getting a big lead here. Eckert in the number 12 Verizon sponsored truck going to take the lead here. Eberhart right there behind Sprinkle in the 59. Right there in the 3rd spot. McCullough and Stewart 4th and 5th. Ryan's starting to move up here a little bit. In the number 1, you can see him up on the outside. Dana really likes that outside line. Pretty wide back there behind him. It looked like Colby got the 6 car a little bit sideways there. William Haley, nice save. Got a little bit sideways in the corner, but able to save the truck. And we are still green flag. Eckert, Eberhart, and Sprinkle now your top 3 up there on the outside. Look at that number 9 of Stewart trying to make something happen. In the 4th spot right now, but he is trying to get around Sprinkle, get himself up into a podium position, and right there behind him is Dana Ryan in the number 1. Dana is coming. He is finding an extra boost up there on the outside, teaming up with Stewart, and they're trying to make it to the pole. A little bit loose right there from Ryan, but he does a nice job of saving the truck. Three wide back there. It looks like 27. 27. Looks like Joey Allen, 72 on my leaderboard, 27 on the truck. Oh, almost gets into the 05 of McCullough. McCullough starts to drift up the racetrack. Has to check up a little bit to keep out of that left rear quarter of Herta. Looks like somebody up in front with a little bit of smoke. Looks like that might have been Stewart. As he drops back a little bit. Up front is still Eckert, Eberhardt, Ryan, and Herta, and Ryan way up the top of the racetrack. It's the number ones going at it for the third spot. Good shot here looking at down the front straight. We head through the tri-oval, going to go into turn number one. We are on lap, completed 11 laps. This 49 to go. Herta with a really good run down into the corner. We'll move up into third, and he's going to try to take that second spot away from Eberhardt. Still a cluster right there in the middle of the racetrack, and I'm watching Kenneth McCullough. McCullough dropped back to the back of this field. He is still kind of hovering back there in the 15th spot in that 03 truck. Got a little bit different strategy right here, kind of staying out of trouble. Eckert, Eberhardt, and Herta now your top three. Eberhardt will look down to the bottom. He has a run on Eckert into turn number one. He is going to try to see if he can slide up in front. No, he's not going to be able to clear him. Eckert back on the outside. They make a little contact off of two. Eckert gets a little bit loose, but it's Eberhardt to the point. Herta also going to try to get by the 12 car, and right there behind him is Dana Ryan, also trying to take advantage of that situation. But Eberhardt now out in front, and Eckert and Herta side by side for second. Three wide back there in the little path again with, it looks like the 9 car of Stewart up on the outside with Sprinkle there in the middle. Sprinkle down, back down to the bottom. And it's Allen there in the 27 also involved. Oh, going to get a little contact, and there goes Ryan into the outside wall. Contact from behind sends Dana Ryan into the fence, but we are going to stay green. We'll see if we can see what happened there here in just a second. Eckert has now made his way back to the front. Herta right there behind him. Let's see if we can see what happened to Dana here real quick. Looks like I'm going to miss it just a little bit. I need to rewind just to... I hate to rewind, but... It looked like... I think kind of looks like McCullough thought Ryan was going to stay down to the bottom. Dana kind of came up the racetrack a little bit, caused a little bit of contact. Got himself into the outside wall. It looks like he's still rolling pretty good, not too much damage. Still hanging on to the back of this lead draft anyway. So it is still Eckert down in front. Herta Sizemore now has made his way up to third. Eberhardt still right behind him. So watch that 08 truck. Down on the bottom, a little contact there between the 08 and the 1 right there for second. Sizemore now going to squeeze up in front of Eberhardt. Just a tight fit. Back down to the bottom as it goes the 08, and that is going to let Eberhardt get by on the outside and move back up into third. Contact there, looked like Stewart. Oh no, it was the 08 of Sizemore and Eberhardt one more time, and here comes McCullough down on the bottom, and he's got help from Matt Lee in the 04, trying to push the 05 to the front. In the meantime, Eckert and Herta starting to kind of separate a little bit from this field. Sizemore's now made his way to the front. Kind of keeping pace on Kenneth McCullough back here in the 03, still settled back there in 13th. Got Dana Ryan right there behind him, right up in front of them. The 11 of Dylan Jones trying to find something down on the bottom of the racetrack. He is trying to get around the 45 of Shane Corbett. You can see somebody making a little bit of contact with the outside wall there once again. The roll off of turn number 4, going to come across the line to start lap, to complete lap 16. complete lap 17, 43 laps to go. Fairfield head off into turn number 1. Eckert, Herta, Sizemore, McCullough. Joshua McCullough, as it is. He is going to move up into third around the outside of Sizemore right now. Lee also right in the mix here. So was Eberhardt. And look at that number 11 of Dylan Jones kind of sneaking his way up in here. Dylan Jones kind of settled in the middle of this pack, but he is now making his way to the front. Started in 10th, up to 6th. Jones now going to look underneath. See if he can find a way around Eberhardt and Matt Lee as they're side by side in front of him there for 4th. In the truck here with Jones. You just see the banking here at Michigan. Oh, hard into the wall there in the back. It looked like Ricky Stewart. Ricky Stewart in the number 9 got into the outside wall right there, coming off a 2. He had been running close to the front for a good part of this race, but now going to fall back. Eckert still out in front. Come across the stripe, 19 laps down. Jones now has made his way up to 6th. Trying to get around Eberhardt. And you can just see the different lines here. Look at Sizemore up there running way up at the top of the racetrack. Right in front of him, Shane Corbett down on the bottom. Let's see if he can. It's going to get a good run off the corner. He is. He's got a good run off a 2 down the back straightaway. But is that enough to get around the 45? He's going to look to the inside, heading into 3. And that was all generated by just running that outside line through 1 and 2, just getting up a good momentum off the corner. And able to get up on the bottom of Corbett here. But not able to complete the pass. Eckert showing some really good pace right here. Even this truck kind of teamed up behind him, not able to run him down. As we look at McCullough, and right there behind him, it is the 04 of Lee and Eberhardt running side by side. We're 3 wide, almost 4 wide back here. Allen Sprinkle, and it looks like the 45 of Colbert. Here comes Dana Ryan getting back up into this mix after having that earlier contact with the outside wall. We're about a third of the way through this race now. 20 laps completed, 40 to go. All right, Chris Murphy here with DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network, bringing you the. Oh, looks like Ricky Stewart crashed. He is going to pull down a pit road. Let's see if we can see what happened to Ricky here. We see him here heading into 3. I had to adjust my replay time so I didn't go so far back here, but it looks like the back of that truck looks a little bit loose right there through the center of 3 and 4. Let's see what happens. Or does he just slam on the brakes and dive down into the pits? That may have been what happened. So a little anticlimactic there moment for you as Ricky on my score showed he crashed. And in real life, he just pulled down to the pits. So Eckert now still out in front. Keep an eye on this battle here. Battle's shaping up pretty good here for second as Lee has now made his way to second. Herta in third, Eberhardt 4th, Dylan Jones now in 5th. Eberhardt going to take a look to the bottom as they head into 3. Got a really good run down on the bottom of the racetrack. Can he clear the 04? Not quite. Going to switch to the outside. Look at Jones back there, gets a little bit loose. Truck got a little bit loose, chased it up the racetrack. Did a really good job of keeping it off that left quarter of Joe Herta. Avoided what could have been a nasty crash right there. Nice job by Dylan Jones to keep that car, to get it straightened out. A little dirt tracking action there for you. Look here at the 08 of Sizemore. Down a couple of spots. Still started up in 5th, down to 4th. One more time. Here comes Eberhardt. Jones on the bottom of the racetrack. Jones finds a hole, slides back up in front of the 1 of Herta. Back there behind him, it is the 05 of McCullough now, our Savannah, Georgia driver, trying to find a way back around Dana Ryan. Dana, good recovery there. Got into the outside wall after a little contact earlier with McCullough, fell back to the back. Now working his way back up towards the front. He fell all the way back to about 15th, now back up to 6th. And look at this, Matt Lee is up to challenge Eckert. Eckert's led most of this race here in this midsection, but Lee with a great run there. He is not only going to get around Eckert, he is going to pull away by about 4 or 5 truck lengths. Actually, Eckert looks like he's going to dive down to the pits. So it looks like we may be at the start of our green flag pit stop. And actually, Eckert didn't pit earlier when everybody else pitted on lap 6 or 7 on that first caution. So this may be the result of that. So Eckert's having to pit here a little bit early, a little bit out of cycle here from everybody. We'll see how that plays out for him as we go along, as we're coming up about 4 laps away now from halfway. So he went 26, so it looks like everybody's going to have to stop at least one more time. I'm sure Eckert stretched out as long as he possibly could, so even he's going to have to stop again. So take a look at our fastest drivers here. It's Joe Herta with the fastest lap of the race at a 39.48 right there behind him. Matt Lee with a 56. We take a look at this battle there from 7th and 8th with Sizemore, Corbett, and Allen there on the outside. Casey Sprinkle doing everything he can to get back to the front of this field here. He's up for about 4th or 5th there for a little bit of while. Or a little while, not a little bit of a while. A little while. Kind of falling back here to 10th, trying to get back up here to see if he can find some pace. And it looks like Eberhardt's now finding his way to the pole, and they're coming up to put a lap on our earlier race leader of Eckert. So let's see what Eckert does right here. We've seen this before in some other races where Eckert was at a pit cycle, kind of stayed up here in the front with the leaders and actually helped out his teammates. I'm not sure if he has a teammate in this race, as I'm not familiar with everybody's teammates. So let's see what Eckert does as these leaders come up behind him. Take a look at the 04 of Matt Lee sitting in that 2nd spot, and look at Dan Ryan way up on the top of the racetrack. If you can carry that speed off, you just carry so much momentum off the corners. Ryan in the number 1, just trying to make up some ground, get back on the back bumper of Jones. Let's see if he can find something there. Another one of our sponsors, Corbin Matthews, country singer, has got a new song coming out tonight. Check it out. Comes out on all your streaming services. What's the name of the song? You Can Do Better, I think is the name of the song for Corbin Matthews. So check that out if you're a country music fan tonight. At midnight Eastern, actually, it comes out. So our leaders right here, Eberhardt, Lee, Jones, and Ryan, your top 4. Eckert looked like he might have taken tires because it looked like the leaders were going to come up to lap him, but he is starting to pull away, so you can really see the difference the tires are making. Matter of fact, last lap, Eckert was about a 1.5 seconds faster than our leaders. We're starting to pull away right here. So let's see how this undercut pays out for him. Oh, Ryan sideways there, off of 2. Nice little save there from Dana. If you look back here in the middle of the pack, it's still McCullough's still running back here in the back. He's got Kobe Mill in the 91 right there behind him. 3 wide up here in the middle of the pack. Sprinkle, Allen, and the number 1 of Herta there on the outside. They've got the 08 of Sizemore right there in front of them as well. We got a good race going here for about 6th back to about 9th right now is Allen. In the 6th spot. Actually, that's 5th on back, and Sizemore's running 5th right now. Love just how much room there is in Michigan. Look at that 20 going to come up the racetrack just a little bit. That is going to get the 05. Oh, that is going to send Sprinkle around. So it looked like the 20 drifted up the racetrack just a little bit. And that caused Sprinkle to drift up and get into the 1 of Herta. So it looks like we'll take another look at that here real quick and see just what happened. But it looked like as they come off the corner right there, it looked like the 20 kind of started to drift up a little bit. We'll take another look from a different angle here. It's not a very good angle for that incident there. We'll see if we can see it from here. As they're coming off at 2, it looks like the 20 kind of starts to just drifts up a little bit, tries to pinch the car down, And that actually, Herta, in reaction to that, Herta kind of drifts up and catches Sprinkle. But I think Herta saw the 20 coming up on the bottom and just kind of drifted a little to the right. We'll take a look here one more time from, let's see here, we'll go back just a little bit longer. We'll see if we can take a look from Casey's point of view. And it just wasn't right where I wanted it again, of course. All right, so you can see up on the outside. Yeah, the 20 just kind of drifts up, gets to the 1. The 1 pushes up the racetrack, gets into the 59. So just some tight racing right there. Not really anybody, nothing really at fault. And you can see with Sprinkle right there. That's a good lesson for anybody out there that's watching. It's kind of new to iRacing. Sprinkle held the brakes down. If he'd have just let that car keep rolling like we see so many people do, especially in the official races, he'd have rolled right over and took out another 2 or 3 cars. So if you're new to iRacing, take some tips from what you just saw Casey Sprinkle right there. Well, Casey coming down pit road behind the 20. Let's see if we can take a look at that one more time from the blimp view as we're getting these cars under caution. And it's just not quite where I want to be. I hate rewinding all the time, but just got to do it here. So you can see as they're coming through 1 and 2, the 20 dives down to the bottom. Herta drives down to the middle. We're 3 wide here through the center of the corner. And the 20 just starts drifting up a little bit. And they make a little contact right there. And it's just not enough room for 3 trucks right there, unfortunate. Doesn't look like anybody took a lot of damage. Oh, it's nice avoidance right there. Casey on the brakes hard as we talked about. That was just about, that was really close to being a lot worse than that really was. But with the 20, the 59, and the 1, at least have a little bit of damage here. We'll see how this works out here for him. But that is going to put Eberhard up to the front. Eckert now, timely caution from him as he is now going to be on the lead lap. Actually, he never did lose a lap, but he was at the tail end of it. But he is going to put himself up here in the front as everybody is now pitted for a second time. So we're 32 laps in, 28 left to go. I would assume at this point everybody is going to be able to make it to the end of this race. And it is going to be Eberhard, our leader, as we come back to the green. All right, Chris Murphy with DRSN. Hey, give us a like, give us a sub, click on buttons, just click on everything, give us a chat. We're trying to build this channel up. If you've got a leak, you're looking for some coverage, a special event, reach out to us. We can do just about anything. We've done everything from street stocks on the dirt to GT4 races to endurance races. So if you're looking for some coverage, reach out to us. Let us know what you got. Looks like the pace truck. Lights are out on the pace track. If we roll off the turn 1 and 2, we're going to go green next time by. And we're going to do a little crank it up for us when we go back to green. I like this camera view. Just kind of see how that goes when they go across the stripe. Eberhard, Eckert, Jones, Matt Lee, Joey Allen, your top 5. I'm still keeping my eye on that 03 of Kenneth McCullough. He's been sneaky, kind of hanging out here towards the back of the field a little bit. See what Kenneth has got. I don't think he hasn't shown any of his cards at this point. So let's see what Ken has here. We're now in the later half of this race. All right, so it's going to be Eberhard and Eckert bringing us to the line. Pace truck's going to dive in off of 4. We're going to come through the tri-oval up to the starting grid, up to the starting line. It's going to be Eberhard, Eckert, Jones, your top 3. Matt Lee right there behind him. We're green flag one more time here at Michigan. And Eberhard gets a much better jump than Eckert. Eckert kind of sliding back. That's going to be Jones moving up to the 2nd spot. Let's see if Eckert can slide up there behind him. Actually, Jones going to dive down to the bottom of the racetrack. So everybody's got new tires on right now, except for Eckert. It looks like Eckert might have taken 2. Everybody else taking 4. And look at that, we're 3 wide back here. That is Sizemore, McCullough, and Corbett now. And here comes Kenneth McCullough in the 03. He is going to try to make his way up to the front. Oh, Corbett sideways. That is going to catch the 08 of Sizemore. So Corbett got a little bit loose right there. He had McCullough down underneath of him. Corbett got loose. That is going to take out a couple of trucks here. Corbett and Sizemore both were having a good run. You can see the 08 now limping down to the bottom of the racetrack. We'll go back and take a look at this here one more time. So we can see Corbett right here in the 45 tucked up behind the 27 of Allen. McCullough down there, and Corbett just gets loose getting in the corner. You can see the back of the truck starting to slide around. Cuts it back to the right. The 08 has nowhere to go. Dana also with nowhere to go. He loses the hood off that number 1 truck. He is going to have some heavy damage. So Corbett trying to fight that truck. We're going to take that one more time. We'll jump in the truck with him. We're heading down the back straightaway here with Shane Corbett in the 45, and he's going to head into 3 here. You're going to see what happens. The back of that truck snaps around. He's counter steering right there, and he kind of just cuts it hard to the right. The truck catches, and he just can't catch the wheel fast enough. Up into the wall, it's going to go, and it's going to collect the 08 of Sizemore. So we are under caution number 3 here at Michigan for the Variety Pack Racing League. Let's see, we're only about a half hour into this race, so they had an hour time limit on it. I think we're going to be fine there. We've got 36 laps in, 24 to go. Eberhardt still in front. Looks like Jones might have taken advantage. He's got his 3 pit stops in, so everybody pitted on lap 32. Joe Herta going to dive down, take on some fuel, and with about a 5-second pit stop for the 1 truck. And it looks like we're down to only about 11 or 12 trucks right now. Is Dana's still down in the pits. Shane Corbett also in the pits. Sizemore looks to be out of this race. So most incidents we've seen so far have just been slight mistakes, kind of unforced errors. Nothing, I wouldn't say anything intentional or nothing really crazy. Just some guys making a little mistake right there, and it was just Corbett right there just getting in the corner a little too deep and lost the back of the truck right there, and unfortunately it took Sizemore out with him. And Dana also with a little damage in the 1 as he's still back in the pits here trying to get some damage. He's been down there for about a minute now. All right, we're going to go around at least one more time. Take a look here at the 90 of Eberhardt. Thanks again for being here with us. Really appreciate you joining us for the Variety Pack Racing Series. We're going to be back. While we're under caution, we'll pull our schedule back up here again real quick. So we're going to be back here in just a few hours, 2.5 hours time, with the Western Racing League Gen 4 Cup cars at Bristol. Then next Wednesday night, February 4th, it's the Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Sprints at Oswego Speedway. Then we'll come back on the 5th, next Thursday, for the Western Racing League. Variety Pack's going to be off that night, but Western Racing League's still going to run at Homestead with the Gen 4 Cup cars. And then on February 10th, Western Racing League also runs Craftsman Truck. It's going to be the first race of the season. They're going to pretty much follow the regular Craftsman Truck Series throughout the season. So February 10th, we're going to be at Daytona, and then back here for the Variety Pack Racing Series on February 11th with the Xfinity cars, and that's not at Knoxville. I think I must have messed that one up. But we're not going to run the Xfinity cars at Knoxville. Actually, it's supposed to be iRacing Super Speedway, so it's Xfinity cars at iRacing Super Speedway for Variety Pack Racing on February 11th. All right, we're coming back to green for the 4th time here tonight, and it is going to be Eberhardt and Jones bringing us to the stripe. Eckert and Lee right there behind him. Watch that 12 car and expect him to be aggressive. Do not expect Eckert to hold up at all, so we'll see what they can do as they head down into 1. Going to come across the stripe. Pace truck in the pits, and we are green flagging there. Eberhard on the outside. Gonna get a jump on that bottom row. Here comes the 04 Lee, gonna follow him through, but just can't quite clear the 11 of Jones to get down into second. So Jones gonna sneak up on the bottom, get around Lee here for second. We're a couple wide, 3 wide back here in the middle is the 20 of Cohen, the 27 of Allen now. Fighting out here in the middle of this pack. Oh, the 91 of Kobe Neal gets a little bit loose, somehow finds a hole right there. I think that was just Joey backing off and allowing him to get in there. That was a close one, another close incident. We're seeing 3 wide up there, Allen and Neal. Neal loose in the middle, it looks like, but able to hang on to the truck. But up front, it is Eberhard Jones. Eckert taking a look to the bottom of the 11 truck, heading into turn number 1. Going to try to get himself back into second. Eckert with a good run. Watch him go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Jones way up on the top. And Eckert almost gets a run all the way up alongside of Eberhard, so he's about trying to get a twofer here. Now look at the 03 of Ken McCullough. He is starting to make his line run up to the front, but the 91 of Kobe trying to get up in front of him just did not have the space. And as we're looking at that, Eckert in the number 12 makes his way to the front. One more time. Eckert's led a lot of this race. Take a look back here one more time. The number 1 of Perda involved in an incident just a little bit ago. Looks like he might have got that damage fixed. He is back up to 6th right now and trying to make his way back to the front. Way up on the outside of the 04 of Lee now. Trying to get around Lee for 5th, and he does just out. Hard in the wall, Sprinkle. Gonna save it. Allen, surprised he didn't collect Allen right there, so Sprinkle's gonna have some heavy right side damage. Josh McCullough in the 05 underneath of him now. Sprinkle looks, you can see how flat that right side of that truck is, but he is still going forward. Back to the front, it's Eckert, Eberhard, Jones now your top 3. We've got 20 laps left to go, 40 down, 20 to go. And here comes McCullough in the 03. He's gonna look to the bottom of Jones. Oh, and it's Eberhard going to catch that left rear quarter. Eckert's going to go around. And it looks like a little bit of contact there from Eberhard, and Eckert is going to send Eckert around and into the outside wall. Our Chicago driver getting it straightened back out. And we are under caution number 4. Alright, we're going to go back and take a quick look at that here. We're going to keep an eye on our Eckert here real fast. We'll take a quick look, see what happened. And you can see Eberhard looks down to the bottom of the racetrack underneath Eckert as they head down into 1. Eckert way up on the top. Eberhard in the middle. They're both kind of moving down the racetrack. Eckert in the middle, Eberhard. And it looks like from our vantage point right there, it looks like maybe the 90 just kind of pushed up a little bit. Caught that left rear quarter. We will take a look from the, let's see where our live time here real quick. It looks like we're still getting lined up here behind the pace truck. We'll go back and take a look one more time. We'll look from Eberhard's cockpit view. So we see Daniel Denhart looking to the bottom of the racetrack. Eckert kind of up towards the top. And they're just moving down the racetrack. It looks like, yeah, from that vantage point, almost like Ethan kind of came down on him a little bit. So it's, I'm just going to kind of let a racing deal, kind of 2 guys fighting for the same spot. I'm sure somebody else might feel a little bit different about that, but unfortunate for Ethan. Sent him around into the outside wall pretty hard. Yeah, looks like we're going to have everybody... Looks like we're going to have most of our leaders dive down to the pits, but Eberhard Jones is going to stay out. The 1 of Herta also going to stay out. 18 laps left to go. So we see most of our drivers making their way down into the pits. Only 2 drivers that's still on the racetrack are Jones and Herta. So if everybody takes forward, it looks like everybody is from the pit times I'm seeing right now. I would say everybody's taking at least 2 tires, maybe 4. So Jones and Herta both pitted back on lap. Jones on 32, Herta on 36. So they're definitely going to have a little bit older tires underneath them. About 6 or 7 laps. We'll see how that works out for them. And it looks like the 9 of Stewart right there should be the lucky dog, I would assume. Okay, add graphics for that. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Well, the 9 of Stewart should be at least one. He's not. What many laps is he down? He's down about 6 laps at this point, so it's really not going to make too big of a difference. Good job staying out here on the racetrack. It looks like Dana Ryan also down. Let's see. Dana's yet to use a lap. He is pitted strategically, trying to get some of that damage done on the number 1 truck. You can see him right now down there getting some repairs. There comes a 45 Corbett going to make it out. We'll see Dana probably pull out here any second as our leaders come down the front straightaway through the tri-oval. That's exactly what happens. Both Eckert and Ryan are going to get out and not lose a lap here. Lights are out on the pace truck. We're going to go green next time by 16 laps left to go. We're actually 44 down, 16 to go as they came across the stripe right there. So we'll go back to green with 15 laps left. See if we can finish that caution-free, 4 cautions so far. Thanks for joining us here with DRSN Variety Pack Racing Series. Oh, I messed that up again. Actually, you know, we're going to be here with the Variety Pack Racing Series. They are going to run their version of the Daytona 500 on February 21st. We're going to bring you all the coverage from that. We'll have my good buddy Liam Erbig here with us, and Wesley Outland's going to join us in the booth for that race as well. That's going to be on Saturday, February 21st. But we still have to sort this one out right now. It's Jones and Herta. Herta doing a good job. Add some repairs, and we'll see if we can take a look at our pit stops here. So it looks like way back on laps. So Jones pitted 12 laps ago. And so he's got McCullough, Lee, McCullough, Nil, and Allen all right there behind him. All look like they took on 4 tires on that stop. So we'll see how this is going to play out as we go back to green with 15 to go. Going to come to the line. Jones and Herta bringing us to green flag one more time. And look at the 03 of McCullough. They're in third, trying to find a way around. See how those new tires. Oh, McCullough drifts up a little bit, gets into the one, and one more time. Oh, and McCullough is going to go around, and he is going to get hit hard in that left front by Dana Ryan. And we are under caution for the 5th time here today at Michigan. Cam McCullough had put himself in a great position, kind of hung out all back in the back of the field all day long. But he now has some heavy damage. You can see that left front. That might be a full meatball flag. It is right now for McCullough, so let's see if he can even get any repairs. We'll go back and take a look. So you can see as we head down into turn number 1, McCullough down there on the bottom of the racetrack just drifts up there just a little bit, and they get together with the 1. The 1 kind of comes back into him again a little bit right there. And that is going to send the 03 around, and unfortunately here comes Dana Ryan in the number 1 and just nowhere to go. Just hits the left front, right in the left front wheel of the 03. Let's see if we can take another view of that from, see who was right there behind him. Was that Colby right there behind him? We'll see if we can see. So we'll take a look here from the truck, from the 31 truck. We see McCullough down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Yeah, let's do that one more time here. All right, so we take a look here from the back, and you can see McCullough down there on the bottom, down there on that white line, Herta there in the middle of the racetrack, and McCullough just kind of drifts up a little bit, gets into the 1, As the car gets loose, he kind of chases it, gets together one more time, and that is going to send McCullough around. And here comes the one truck. Just hard contact with that left front. That is going to put an end to the day for the 03 of Kenneth McCullough, and I'm guessing probably the end for Dana as well. Dana was just had a rough day here in the one truck. So I think we're down to looks like about 14 or maybe 13 trucks right now. As Jones is going to lead this race. We've got 13 laps left to go. The light's still on the pace. We're going to go run at least one more time. My name is Chris Murphy with DRSN, bringing you coverage of the Variety Pack Racing Series. Craftsman trucks here at Michigan. We've had an eventful day. We'll take a look at our lap leaders here. Accurate's led 20, Eberhardt with 15. Dylan Jones now led 6 laps, John Ellis and Matt Lee. So we've had 5 different leaders in this race. Lights are still on the pace truck as we come to the trial. Let's see if they turn them off. We've got a few trucks down on pit road. I'm sure we're going to try to see some of them sneak out here. See Corbett in the 45 is going to make his way out. Eckert going to make his way out, not to lose a lap. All right, our big mover this race is the 30. Actually, it's a 91 on the truck, 31 on the scoreboard of Kobe Nill at Bass Pro Shop. Up 14 spots, started back in dead last, which is 17, actually 18. And all the way up to 4th right now, so let's keep an eye on Kobe. Kobe's not one to hold back here, so we go back to green, watch that 91. Looks like the 9 of Stewart's going to get, I think he's going to get another lap back here. So he's actually made up a couple of laps, but he's still about 6 down, it looks like. It looks like McCullough is our first car, a lap down, and he's now down 2, but I think he's still out of this race, so unfortunate for the 03. He had a pretty good strategy hanging out in the back, but it just did not pay off for him when he started to make his charges to the front. An unfortunate incident there for the 03. He is out of this race along with the 1. Dana Ryan. Ricky Stevens actually kind of limping around still out there, but Sizemore and Ellis both out of this race. So we're going to roll through 3 and 4 one more time here. It's going to be our 6th attempt at going green here. 5 caution flags so far. 12 laps left to go. It's going to be 11 when we come to the line, and it is the number 11 of Dylan Jones bringing us to the stripe. Joe Herta, Kobe Nill, Matt Lee, your top 4, and look at the 05 of Josh McCullough still hanging around. And we are green flag one more time. 11 laps to go when we come across the stripe. It is the 11 of Jones. He has the 91 of Nill right there behind him. So we got about 11 cars, 12 cars on the lead lap right here, so it's still anybody's race at this point. Jones with a good start. He's trying to get a little separation here. Here comes Nill back down on the bottom of the racetrack. He has Herta up on the outside, and he has the 05 of McCullough right there behind him, giving him a push. Herta trying to do everything he can to push the 11 of Jones clear of this field, but not able to get separated. And here comes Matt Lee looking to make it 3 wide. No, he's going to tuck down to the bottom. He's going to stay behind Nill. Gives him a little bit of a push right there. Nill gets a little bit loose as we head through the trioval section. 10 to go. 50 laps down. 10 laps left to go here. It is Jones. Nill now. Herta now up to 2nd on the outside. And look at Eberhardt way up there on the outside trying to find some extra lane. Actually, it's Herta right there as well. So Nill now up to 2nd. I don't think we're done crashing here yet, guys. Nill trying to find a spot in front of the 1, not able to do it. Eberhardt looks down to the bottom. He's looking to make it 3 wide into the corner. A 90 of Eberhardt trying to get back to the front of this thing. He's got Nill to his outside, Herta. And we're almost 4 wide right there with Lee up on the outside, but Lee thinks the better of it. And he is going to look down. Oh, he's going to make it 4 wide right here, though. Eberhardt's going to have to go down underneath the yellow line. Lee is going to take the spot. I think Eberhardt did the smart thing right there and maybe backed out just a little bit and let him go. So Lee now up to 2nd. He is going to look to the outside of our leader, Jones. Does he have anything off of 2? Not quite enough pace. Jones right there as we're getting beat. And there goes McCullough around. Joshua McCullough gets around. I saw him getting a little bit looser off of 2. I didn't know if he had any contact from behind or not, but the 05 of McCullough goes around. It looks like some heavy contact for Joey Allen in the 27 as well. It looks like the hood's off the truck. So we're going to go back here and take another look. But I saw McCullough off of 2 getting a little bit loose. See if we can see what happened here. And it looked like McCullough. I will see. I gotta rewind that just a little bit here, I think. And maybe look for a little bit different angle. Let's chase the angle. One more time here. So it looked like. All right, we'll take a look here. So it looks like Josh in the middle. Oh, the truck in front of him gets a little bit loose. He checks up, and then Allen just does not check up enough, and they make contact. And that is going to send the 05. A nice job saving the truck right there and not getting any more damage than he did. But I think if we look at that one more time, we're going to see some heavy contact from Allen down there on the inside of the racetrack. So contact right there is going to send McCullough around. He hits the outside wall pretty hard with that right rear quarter, but here goes Allen. Allen's going to get down here. He's going to hit the inside wall down here hard. That is going to take the 27 out of this race. So some unfortunate contact right there. It looked to me like McCullough may have checked up just a little bit. I'm not sure who that was in front of him. Let me see who that was. It looked like it might have been, oh, it was Sprinkle. So Sprinkle, little bobble. I think McCullough checked up, moved down to the bottom. Allen didn't really see what was going on right there. And they just get together, sends McCullough around and Allen down into that inside wall again one more time. All right, so we are under our 6th caution period. I think that's about as many as we had last week too. So we have 7 laps left to go. We can see a couple drivers come down to the pits. See McCullough trying to get some repairs, Allen trying to get some repairs. So it is. We have a little graphic right here if I can find it. It's called our Wrench Wranglers, and it looks like Ricky Stewart with the most damage repaired tonight with 4 minutes. Dana Ryan with a couple minutes. Corbett. So this just kind of keeps track of all the times guys have spent in the pits trying to get some repairs done. But Ricky Stewart's still out here on the racetrack, though. I got to give him credit for that. Most guys would have quit a long time ago. A few laps down in that 9 truck out here trying to get some laps, trying to get some experience out here with these guys. All right, we've got 7 to go. Lights are the lights out on the page track? I can't see there. Looks like we're going to go around one more time here. And it's going to be Jones once again bringing us to the line like he did last time. And it's Jones, Lee, Nil, Eberhard. And Sprinkle's now made his way up here. And it looks like the 05 of McCullough is going to get back out here on the racetrack. See a whole lot of damage there on the 05 of McCullough, so let's see if he can get way back up to the front. Maybe a little bit of damage on that right front. Let's see if we can see it. So we'll see what Josh can do if he's got anything left. It looks like still a little bit of damage on that right front, but he's got a bunch of the repairs done. Lights are out on the truck. We're going to go around one more time. Jones, Lee, Nil, Eberhard, your top 4. We'll make our way through the top 10. Like I said, Jones, Lee, Nil, Eberhard, Casey Sprinkle there in the 59, our North Wolfboro, North Carolina driver. And it's Dustin Cohen in the Tony Stewart-inspired number 20 Home Depot truck. Joe Herta in the number 1 out of Fontana, California. And then we get back here to the 8th spot of William Haley. Shane Corbett in the number 45 out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Running in the 9th spot, Josh McCullough out of Savannah, running in 10th, and then it's Ethan Eckert in the 11th spot. That is our 11th truck still on the lead lap. Eckert's led a lot of this race. We'll see if he can find a way to get back to the front of us before this is over with. And we're going to go across the stripe with 5 to go. Go back to green with 5 more laps. Let's see if we can get 5 laps complete here. You see Eckert just flying up there on the outside. He's going to catch up to the field. We've got 12 trucks still on the track. Stewart back there in about 13th, about 6 laps down in the number 9. But it looks like he's going to do everything he can to finish this race. We are green flag one more time, hopefully for the last time here. And it is Dylan Jones now with the lead one more time. Eberhardt going to come up right behind him there on the outside, and it's Lee, Nil, and Sprinkle down on the bottom of the racetrack. Watch the 91 and Nil trying to make his way to the outside of Lee. Tuck up behind the 90 of Eberhardt to see if they can team up here and run down Jones. Sprinkle now going to move up to the top of the racetrack as well, so Lee kind of left down on the bottom, fend for himself. Sprinkle's going to jump down there and give him a little bit of help. And here comes the 20 of Dustin Cohen with a big run. He is moving up alongside and Herd up on the outside. We're 3 wide, one more time. We're 4 wide. And there goes the 20 upside down. I'm not sure who that was that made it 4 wide right there, but unfortunate. The 20 of Cohen is going to end up on his lid, and no choice but to have to tow to the pits here, so that is going to be a lengthy tow. Corbin in the 45 also involved in this. Herta involved. Herta has just had all kinds of trouble here tonight. It looks like Cohen's still laying upside down over there, so maybe we can get Dustin out of the truck. There we go. All right, we'll go back and take a look here and see what happened. It looked like somebody decided they're going to make it 4 wide right there. We'll take a look here from the blimp. You can see Sprinkle up there about in the outside. Cohen down on the bottom. And it looks like it might have been the 05 of... is that McCullough down? It is McCullough on the bottom of the racetrack. And I think the 20 was just surprised to see McCullough down there. And actually kind of moved to the right just a little bit and got into the side of Sprinkle. We'll take a look at that one more time from a little bit different angle. But quite a ride from the 20 right there, sliding upside down across the racetrack. We'll actually just jump in the truck. You can see what it looks like when you're sliding on your roof here at Michigan. Go back here and take a look one more time. We're actually going to take a look from McCullough's view. So Josh sees a chance at a run right here. He sees the 20, the one that hurt way up on the outside, the 20 there in the middle of the racetrack. Josh goes down to the bottom, and the 20 just turns to the right there. And I think that's exactly what he was doing. I think he just surprisingly saw the 05 and maybe yanked the wheel to the right, or the truck got a little bit loose on him, one of the two, and Corbett with a hard contact with Herta. So we'll see if we'll take a look here from the chase cam one more time as we're still under caution here, under our 6 caution. We'll take a look here from McCullough's view. And you can see McCullough takes a look to the bottom. He sees Cohen kind of moving up. He thinks he's got a shot at the bottom of the racetrack. And then unfortunately for Cohen... All right, we're going to take a look one more time here. All right, so we're taking a look here from Cohen. You can see Sprinkle right there. Herta there. Going to look to the outside as we're 3 wide. You're going to see McCullough come sneaking in here on the bottom here in a second. It looks like Cohen a little bit loose. Actually, I think that's what it was right there. You saw Cohen get a little bit loose, and he chased the car up the track. And I think that's what caused that right there. He got into Sprinkle, so... My initial thought might have been that he saw McCullough and kind of freaked him out and yanked the wheel. But it looks like the truck just got a little bit loose on him right there. And unfortunate for Sprinkle and the McCullough Motorsports sponsored You Are Slow, number 59. All right, so we're going to go back to live time here. We still have Dylan Jones out in front. We're going to have a green-white caution here as we see the 20 of Cohen still in the pits. We've got, 8 cars left, or 8 trucks. I always say cars, whatever. Trucks left out on the racetrack. It is 7 o'clock, so we're really close to our 1-hour time limit as well. As a matter of fact, we've got 1 minute and 11 seconds according to my timer. So I'm not even sure if we're going to go back to green. If we don't, it's going to be Dylan Jones's race. So it looks like the lights are out. Are we going to go back to green is the question. Only 45 seconds left on the timer. We got 2 laps left to go, but I think we're going to run out of time. I don't know how this is going to work, if it's just going to throw the checkered. If they go green, is it going to let them complete a lap? We'll find out here. Is they're going to roll through 3 and 4. with about 30 seconds left to go on the timer. This is a new one for me, so. One of our sponsors, Stein's Designs. You need a livery done, reach out to Daniel Steinman, or Simon at Stein's Designs. He'll help you out. Dustin Steinman. Sorry, I said Daniel. Sorry, Dustin. All right, 13 seconds left to go. We're going to come off. The pace truck's going to pull in. I think if we go green here, they're going to get one more lap. 5 seconds left to go. 3, 2, 1. So let's see what happens. They're going to come to the line. Green flag is in there, so we're going to get at least a lap in, it looks like. So green flag in there for Dylan Jones and Daniel Everhart. Nil down on the bottom of the racetrack. We're on our last lap. That was a white flag when we took the green. So Jones, Nil, and Everhart with Matt Lee right there behind him. Jones looking really strong here off of 2. Let's see if anybody can team up behind him or head down the back straightaway. Nil slides up into 4th right there. Eberhard looking for a way to go. Lee now down to the bottom of Eberhard. As we head into turn number 3, it's Jones, Lee, and Eberhard. Lee kind of pushing up the racetrack just a little bit. They make a little bit of a contact. That's going to give Jones a little advantage off of Ford. I don't think he's going to have anything for Jones. McCullough looking down the bottom of the racetrack. It's going to be Jones bringing us to the win here at Michigan. Matt Lee is going to come home in 2nd. Kobe Nil, Joshua McCullough with a good run to get back up there into the 4th spot. Daniel Eberhard going to come home and round out our top 5. Take a look at that finish one more time. And you can see right here. Let's just go to the blimp view right there. Look at McCullough with a nice dive down to the bottom. Makes it 3 wide right there. Going to get himself back up to 4th. Not able to get enough pace. Kobe Nil kind of moves down to try to block it off. 3, basically almost 3 wide for 2nd, as Lee's going to come home with a 2nd spot. But it's going to be your winner in the 11 truck of Dylan Jones. Going to take the win here at Michigan in race number 2 of the Righty Pack Racing Series, Thursday night series. Going to take the win and take the money home. We'll take a look at our full results here. And all these fancy graphics, if you use the SDK out there, you're familiar that these are custom graphics. So if you're looking for some custom overlays for your race broadcast, reach out to my good buddy Shane Cochran. He can help you out. Get on the SDK Discord, and he can help you out with some of these graphics if you're looking for something. So we'll look down here. It's Dylan Jones with the win. Matt Lee, Kobe Nil, Josh McCullough, Daniel Eberhart, William Haley, Casey Sprinkle, Ethan Eckert, Shane Corbett, Ricky Stewart going to round out our top 10. Dylan Jones leading 9 laps. Our most laps led with Ethan Eckert with 20. And we're going to bring in our race winner, Dylan Jones. Hey, Dylan, Chris Murphy in the booth there, buddy. How you doing? Oh, there we go. Are you there, Dylan?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Right
Hey, buddy. Hey, fantastic run out there. You kind of moved up and down throughout the field, throughout the day, but once you got to the front, you did not relinquish. And what did you see out there from your vantage point?
A lot of hard racing. Thankfully, most of it was in my mirror. So, but yeah, I was a little worried when most of the field pitted before you had that string of cautions at the end. Probably would have been in trouble if we went green, but kind of worked out in our favor there.
Yeah, so kind of we were looking at there, that last caution flag. Everybody else kind of pitted, took tires on. You stayed out there. I thought you might be a sitting duck, but those extra cautions really played to your advantage.
Yeah, they sure did. And with these things, you can do a little bit of aero blocking. Just try and put your tailgate in front of their nose through the corners, and you can get a little bit of an advantage. And that was the key for it.
Yeah, I didn't really expect as many cautions as we had tonight, but you just never know sometimes on these races. But you came across the line, and you could see. Were you happy to see those guys racing behind you there when you took the white flag?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I was like, oh boy, we got this, and that's what we needed because you get massive draft with this thing down the straightaway. So it's surprising how far someone can make. It's like the further you're back from somebody, the bigger run they get on you.
Yeah, that's the kind of we were looking at right there, but you just did a great job of blocking where you needed to block. You found the lines where you needed to, and on the restarts, you were getting some pretty good separation on the guys behind you. So just a fantastic job tonight. But hey, I know we got some other big races coming up. How you faring right now in the MRL 500?
Could be worse, but could be better. We're going to the LCQ, so
Gotcha. Well, good luck with that. Great race tonight. Really, congratulations. And before we let you go, is there anybody you would like to give a thanks to?
just thanks for everyone for putting this all on tonight and all the work you guys did.
All right, man. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you next. I guess we're off next Thursday for the 500, but we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, have a good night.
You too.
All right, so we'll get our second place runner up in here, Matt Lee. Let's see, Matt. You got Chris in the booth, buddy. How you doing?
Good yourself, man.
A little bit of excitement out there tonight. What did you see from your vantage point?
Yeah, I got a really good rundown into 3. D3 tried to help Dylan down the back stretch, I think, and when they connected, D3 lost his momentum. I got a run, and I took it. He's upset that I didn't go all the way to the bottom, but I mean, I had the nose on him, and he chased me down to where yes, I didn't go all the way to the yellow, but I mean, he didn't need to chase me that far, and he. From where I stand, it took the air off my door, and when it did, we got together, and I stayed in it. He stayed in it until something else happened, and that's racing.
Yeah, especially racing at Michigan here on the super speedway with the trucks. Things are going to happen. There's a lot of air moving around out there. The trucks are kind of dancing around. You missed quite a few incidents there. You got involved in one earlier, but there's a little bit of action just about everywhere on the racetrack out there tonight at one point or another.
Yeah, those trucks are exciting here in Michigan. And like I said, the air. I mean, you're fighting the air the whole lap.
Well, good run to you. Come home in second. You started second, finished second. Good job there, buddy. Take home a little bit of pocket change for yourself. Are you running any of these 500-mile races going on over the next couple of weeks?
I don't know. It's snowmobiling season, man. I'm busy on a sled every weekend, so it's hit or miss.
Not something I've done before. I don't like being cold, but I can see where that'd be a lot of fun.
Love it, man. Love it.
Well, have fun with that. But hey, man, before you go, do you got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just Colby gave me a couple good pushes there that helped me at the end, and he got in the money. Josh as well. Kenny got taken out there, but you guys for doing this. Brandon for putting on the race and dealing with our bull crap. About it, buddy.
All right, man. Well, good luck in anything else you do, and hopefully we'll see you in another week or two.
Thanks, man.
All right, take care. All right, we're gonna get our third place runner in here, Colby. Hey, you got Chris in the booth, buddy. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you started way out in the back of this thing, and when you start 17th here at Michigan, did you think you had a chance to get all the way up to the front?
Yeah, just working with some teammates there. Yeah, I mean, just it was kind of playing like saving off your tires and just taking time to get up to the front.
Well, the best place you could be at that point was anywhere near the front with a couple of those incidents going on. What'd you see going on behind you?
Nothing really. I wasn't really focused on what was behind me. I was just put ahead, just stayed focused the whole race, and yeah.
Well, about middle of the race, you had one pretty good save where the truck got a little bit loose on you. Were you just hanging on right there, or you got enough control of these trucks? You knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, I mean, these whenever you run the cars for 30 laps green, they just get loose on you, and you just gotta save them. But
well, good run there tonight, coming home in third. Put a little money in your pocket to get you into the weekend. So, hey man, but before we let you go, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
yeah, shout out to you. Thank you for broadcasting this race, and shout out Matthew Lee and McCullough Motorsports for helping me.
All right, brother. Well, have a good luck with whatever else you do this weekend, and we'll see you again next time, buddy.
All right, thank you.
All right, so a little bit of action here on and off the track here at Michigan. We'll take a look back here at a couple incidents. So we'll take a look here at McCullough one more time. Late in the race, I think Ken had a really good shot to win this race, but unfortunately just came out on the wrong end here with this late caution getting together there with the one of Joe Herta that is going to send the 03 truck around. Trying to find the replay of the Cohen incident because that was quite the ride. But let's see here. Yeah. So all right. So that is going to do it for tonight. Here at Michigan with the Variety Pack Racing Series, your winner is going to be Dylan Jones in the number 11. Matt Lee in second. One more time, we'll bring up a quick results here for you. And it's Dylan Jones, Matt Lee, Colby Neal, Joshua McCullough with a nice comeback to get back up to fourth. Daniel Lieberhart, as I call him, D3 there in fifth. William Haley, sixth. Casey Sprinkle, Ethan Eckert, Shane Corbett, Ricky Stewart, Dustin Cohen going to come home in 11th after getting involved in a couple incidents. Joe Herda, unfortunately, Joe had a really good run going, but he is going to come home in 12th. Joey Allen, Dana Ryan, Kenneth McCullough, Steve Sizemore, and John Ellis with our 17 trucks that started this race. Brandon Broadfoot, the owner and operator of Variety Pack Racing, thanks for having us here tonight for the Craftsman Trucks in Michigan. We are going to be back in 45 minutes time here on the channel to bring you the Western Racing League Gen 4 Cup cars at Bristol. So don't miss out. Don't miss that show. That's going to be a heck of a good race right there. We're looking forward to working with the Western Racing League all throughout the season. So join us here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm Chris Murphy with DRSN. We are going to go ahead and check out here from Digital Racing Sports Network. Thanks for letting us be a part of your night so far. Drive safe, race clean, and we'll see you next time. Actually, next time is 45 minutes from now, live here on DRSN. So we will see you here shortly.